In today's video, we're going to be talking about trading our gold for more silver while the gold to silver ratio gap is moving further apart. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Hope you're doing well, feeling great, and enjoying freedom. It's a great day to have a great day. Today, I wanted to talk about trading gold for silver, the opposite of what most people talk about, trading silver for gold when the ratio gap closes in. Let's talk about trading gold for silver when the gap spreads apart. We're going to get into it, but really quick, just in case you're new.
Make sure to subscribe for daily videos. Also subscribe to my second channel, which is my backup channel for exclusive weekly content. Brand new video over there. Go check it out. The link will be in the description. And if you want to get some DYDSS merchandise to help support the channel, I would really appreciate it. Any and all merchandise can be found by clicking the first link in the description section down below. Thank you in advance. It's more than appreciated. But today
is Tuesday, August 10th, 2021. The current spot price of silver as I'm recording the video is $23.37. Another red day for silver. Gold is currently $1,729.10. Another red day for gold as well. And the current gold to silver ratio is in the 73 to 74 to 1 range at this point. But of course, that's as I'm filming the video, not as I'm editing, posting, or as you're watching. So head on down to the comments and let me know the date and time you're viewing the video and what the current spot price is for you. I'm always curious. But today I wanted to talk about silver, but I also wanted to talk about some gold as well. First things first, I just want to answer the question right off the bat, and then we're going to spend the rest of the video talking about why. Would I trade my gold for silver now or at any point in the future if the gold to silver ratio gap really moves apart? My personal answer is probably not. I highly doubt it. I wouldn't want to do that. It's a little bit too wishy-washy for me. I don't want to take steps back, even if there's a chance of getting more silver than I had before, and then the gap closes back in, and then trade for even more gold than I started with. Too much work, too hands-on. That's not what I'm about. I would rather trade my time for dollars, my dollars for silver, my silver for gold eventually, and who knows, maybe one day later down the road, couple years, decades in the future, trade some gold for a little bit of land. I want to move forward. I want to stay on track. I want to stay focused and go down the path that ideally would work perfectly for me. That's my answer. It's personal preference. You can trade your gold for silver if you want. You could trade your silver for gold. You could do whatever you want. It does not matter. Now, let's talk about trading one metal for the other and some of the pros, some of the cons, some of the benefits, and why some people do this. Now, first things first, when it comes to trading one metal for the other, typically when this is something that we talk about, people are referring to trading silver for gold. Now, this is a pretty common strategy. A lot of people have done this in the past. This is something that I plan on doing. It's not anything that I've done just yet, but it's a common strategy, and it's something that I believe a lot of people would really like to do. Now, like I just said, the current gold to silver ratio is about 73, 74. About a year ago, it was about 100 to 1, which means you could have traded one of these little 10th ounce gold coins for a 10 ounce silver bar here on the bottom or over there on the bottom. Or vice versa, by the way. You could have traded a 10 ounce silver bar for a little 10th ounce gold coin. I believe that silver has far more room to grow and perform over time, which is why if silver is going to be sitting in the low to mid to high 20s, or even lower if it goes back down into the teens, I don't think it's going to happen, but that'd be beautiful if it did. While silver is on the low, I believe it belongs in my possession. I don't want to get rid of my silver. I don't want to convert my silver into any other metal definitely not into any currency. If silver is still what I consider to be unbelievably undervalued, it belongs in my possession, and I have no desire to trade any silver for gold while silver's that low, or while the gold to silver ratio is that far apart. Still speaking about 1 to 100. Now we're about 1 to 74, which is actually the highest I've seen in a really long time. For a while, we were actually in the mid 60s. I remember making these spot price update videos, and I would talk about how the gold to silver ratio was about 1 to 63, 1 to 64. And that's really where it was sitting for quite a bit of time. It wasn't until maybe a couple weeks ago that I started noticing, wow, the gold to silver ratio is actually moving apart. For the first time in a while, I saw 1 to 65. I remember seeing 1 to 68, 1 to 69. I remember for the first time that I've noticed it going to 1 to 70 just a couple weeks back. 71, 72, 73. Now we're looking at 1 to 74. Does that mean we're on the way to 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100 again? Will we see the gold to silver ratio go back to 1 to 100 like we saw last year? I made a video a little over a year ago comparing and contrasting a little 10th ounce gold coin to a 10 ounce silver bar, because at the time, according to spot price fiat currency value, they were worth exactly the same, or about the same. So it's interesting how you can pack so much more value into a little gold coin that's about the size of a fingernail. Same amount of value packed into this, at the time anyway, as you can pack into a block of silver about the size of a smartphone. A little bit smaller, but takes up most of your pocket. Funny how that works. And that's because they're different metals for different reasons. They have different purposes, different uses. Completely different metals for completely different reasons. So I personally wouldn't want to trade silver for gold when the ratio is that far apart. I mean, we were just recently looking at silver and gold in the 1 to 60s range, the ratio. And even that was too far apart for me. 1 to 50? I would say, okay, now we're talking. I still probably wouldn't do anything. 1 to 40? I would absolutely begin attempting to convert some of the beautiful white metal into the beautiful yellow metal. In the 1 to 40s? Absolutely. I would start. Would I trade all my silver for it? Absolutely not. Would I trade a lot of my silver for it? Absolutely not. Would I trade half or even a good portion of it? Absolutely not. Just some. But what were to happen if the gold to silver ratio were to go lower than that? From 1 to 40 to, I don't know, 1 to 30. 30 ounces of silver. Most of us have that. Imagine being able to trade that for an entire troy ounce of gold. Is that something I would do? Abso-freaking-lutely. Now, if the gold to silver ratio can go into the 1 to 30s range, can it go into the 1 to 20s? Sure. I don't know if I have the confidence that it will, but I believe that it can. To be honest with you, I believe that it probably will. I'm just not sure. I'm not a psychic. What do I know? So this is all about trading silver for gold. But now let's flip the script. Let's talk about what the overall theme and the title and the topic of today's video is. Doing things the other way around. Rather than trading silver for gold when the ratio closes in, what about when the ratio moves further apart? What about when we're not looking at 1 to 20, 1 to 30, 1 to 40, 1 to 50? What about now when we're looking at 1 to 70, maybe 1 to 80 soon? Who knows? Maybe in a couple weeks, maybe we'll get back to 1 to 100. Maybe even further than that. Who knows? Not me, that's for sure. Is it a good idea to trade gold for silver at that point? Taking a little bit of gold and getting a bunch of silver. Is that a good idea? In my opinion, I think it can be a fantastic idea. I think it's definitely something to do. I think that there are tons of pros. In fact, I think the pros outweigh the cons. It's just a little bit too back and forth for me. I don't really want to trade my gold for silver and then go back and trade my silver for gold, and then the ratio goes apart again, trade the gold for silver. That's a little bit too chaotic for me. So personal preference, I don't think it would make sense, and it's not something that I would want to do. But I've gotten tons of comments from people. I've had plenty of conversations with people who have legitimately traded away some of their gold for silver. They capitalized on an opportunity, and I can respect that. I can recognize an opportunity when I see one. It's up to me if I want to take advantage of it or if I want to pass up on it. And who knows? My opinion might change. I'm not going to sit here and rule it out entirely. Like I said at the beginning of the video, is it something I would do? Probably not. Highly unlikely. Nice to know that the option is there. There are a lot of people out there who have traded their gold for silver. There are a lot of people out there who prefer silver over gold. There are a lot of people out there who don't even want the gold. They think gold has had its day already. Now they're waiting on silver to officially pop off. But there's one more thing that we need to take into consideration, and I would argue that this is the most important aspect if we're even going to have a conversation about trading one metal for the other. This is something that we need to think about. This is something that we need to talk about. Even if you're not planning on trading one metal for the other, if you're simply thinking about it, or if we're having a conversation about it, doesn't matter if you plan on or are talking about trading gold for silver or silver for gold. It does not matter. If we're talking about the gold to silver ratio, this right here is something that we need to ask ourselves. In my opinion, it's absolutely mandatory. Why did the gold to silver ratio gap move? Why did it go apart, or why did it close in? Was it because both metals are moving in the same direction? Are they moving in opposite directions? Is silver going up while gold's going down? Is silver going down while gold's going up? Or, and this is the reason I bring this up, is one metal sitting still while the other one is drastically on the move? Here's a hypothetical situation, because everyone likes to talk about, oh, when the gold to silver ratio goes to this very small number, I'm going to trade my silver for gold. People say this all the time. But what if silver doesn't even budge? What if the reason the gold to silver ratio gap closes in is because gold takes a multi-$100 hit? What if silver continues to sit in the $23, $24, $25 range according to spot price, and gold, I don't know, goes down to $1,400, $1,500? We've seen those numbers for the beautiful yellow metal. What if that were to happen and silver holds its own? Is that likely to happen? I would say probably not. Is it possible? Yes, it is. So at that point, the gold to silver ratio gap would have dramatically closed in. If silver didn't move at all and gold came down by several $100s, the gold to silver ratio gap is much smaller, much tighter than it was before. So would it make sense to trade silver for gold at that point? I would say no. At that point, I think it would make far more sense to trade the currency for gold, a larger amount of currency than you normally would for a larger amount of gold than you normally would. Because all of a sudden gold is on sale. I think at that point it would make far more sense to trade currency for money rather than trading one type of money for another type of money, in my opinion. I'm not a financial advisor. What do I know? I could be completely wrong. I've been wrong in the past. I'll be wrong again in the future. I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud over here. These aren't instructions. I'm just creating a discussion. Let me know in the comments if that's something that would make sense to you. If silver was still unbelievably undervalued and gold were to take a hit, would you trade your undervalued asset for another asset that's on sale at the moment? Or do you think it would make more sense to throw some currency at gold instead? I personally believe it would make more sense to get rid of some fiat to acquire some of that money. Because like I said earlier in the video, if silver is still at a point that I personally, in my opinion, consider to be undervalued, it belongs in my possession. I would not want to trade it away. I think silver has plenty of room to grow and perform. So why not take advantage of gold when it's on sale while keeping the silver in my possession and get the best of both worlds? I get the powerhouse metal at an incredible discounted price, and I still get to keep what I consider to be the opportunity metal, which I personally believe has plenty of room to grow and perform over time. Because guess what? If gold were to take a massive hit like that, if it were to take some punishment, from my perspective, it will absolutely recover, while silver is still laying low and can pop off at any point. And then I can trade some silver for gold after silver has climbed to the point that I'm satisfied with and feel content converting some of it into some gold. Again, would I convert all of it? No. Half of it? No. Most of it? No. A little bit at a time. I would silver cost average my way into gold. That's how I would do things. That's my personal strategy. And also, by the way, in case I didn't mention it in the video, currently, present day, I have never traded any metal away for anything. I've never traded any silver for gold. I've never traded any gold for silver. I've never traded any silver or gold for cash. Well, actually, I did one time at a cash for gold, but that's before I was stacking, but that's besides the point. I've never traded away any of my coins, rounds, or bars for currency ever since I started to understand what real, true, honest money is and how it works and how they move and what they're for, and wealth preservation and hedging against inflation and storing value. Ever since I guess you can say, began to rewire my brain, ever since I started to understand this way, the forgotten way. T-shirts, hoodies, stickers, and coffee mugs, link in the description. Brand new DYDSS merchandise, by the way. Ever since I discovered the forgotten way, there's really no turning back. I had realized over the years that there's a reason I'm trading away my currency. There's a reason I'm getting rid of the cash so I can acquire the metals. There's a reason for that. Once I get rid of the cash, I don't want it returned to me, even if it's a larger amount of cash. Because guess what? If I trade $20 for some silver or gold, and then that silver or gold becomes worth $100, guess what? That $100 can probably only buy me during the initial conversion. Woohoo, a larger amount of now weaker currency. It's the same thing. Same exact thing. It's like taking a stick and breaking it in half. Oh no, I have 2 sticks. Yeah, but they're both half the size they were before. Same thing. Literally the same thing. No difference in any way, shape, or form. Taking a tall glass of water, pouring it into 2 glasses of water half the size. Same thing. Same amount of water, same amount of the stick, same amount of value that was packed into the money in the first place. So coming around full circle, in conclusion, I personally don't believe I would ever trade my gold for silver. I don't want to move back. Same reason why I just said I wouldn't want to trade my silver for currency. I don't want to move back. I want to move forward. Trade my time for currency, which hurts my soul, by the way. This video was about silver and gold, real, true, honest money. But there's one thing far more valuable than silver and gold, something far more valuable than real estate, something far more valuable than anything else out there, It would be your time. That right there is my most valuable asset, and it hurts my soul knowing that I have to trade it away at work. Something that's fleeting, something that's finite, something that I cannot get back no matter what I do. It's gone forever once it's sold. And sold for what? Fake money? Monopoly money? Pieces of paper? Debt notes? Backed by nothing but hopes and dreams? Hurts my soul to think about. So if I'm trying to get away from those debt notes, why would I trade my money back to get more of them? To me, it doesn't make sense. It's not what I would want to do. It's all personal preference, not a financial advisor. It's all about moving forward to me. So I can't see myself trading gold for silver. I could see myself trading silver for gold if and when the gold to silver ratio gap makes sense. We'll talk at 1 to 40. That'd be pretty nice. 1 to 30, even better. Anything lower than that, far, far, far better. I just don't know if I could necessarily see it happening. I want you guys to head on down to the comments and let me know anything and everything related to today's video topic. And if you could see yourself trading silver for gold with the current gold to silver ratio, if you have ever traded silver for gold, if you've ever traded gold for silver, and what are your thoughts on cashing out? Once you put your currency into the money, are you on the same page as me? You just really can't see yourself going back? I want you guys to head on down to the comments and let me know anything and everything related to today's video topic. And if you could ever see yourself trading one precious metal for the other precious metal.
And if anybody's interested in joining the Precious Metals VIP Club, it's where I can do things on my own terms, not on YouTube's terms, my terms. I'm hosting privately held live streams. They're smaller and easier to manage. I'm posting exclusive VIP-only adventure vlogs. I also do giveaways, discounts, personalized promo codes, shoutouts, deal alerts when silver and gold is on sale on a variety of different websites. And of course, you can watch all of my videos early and commercial free. Come join the Precious Metals VIP Club. It'll be the first link in the description. You're invited. I'd be happy to have you. And if you guys enjoyed today's video, please hit that like button. If you guys like me, make sure to hit that subscribe button like a Karen hits a bus window. Also subscribe to my second channel, which is my backup channel for exclusive weekly content. A bunch of brand new videos over there. I posted one about China banning cryptocurrency, one about AT&T cutting its dividend, other videos about real estate, videos about silver, videos about gold, and a bunch of others. Go check them out. The link will be in the description. Trying really hard to hit 3,000 subscribers. We just hit 2,000, and I appreciate that. And if you want to help support the channel in the biggest possible way, please consider getting yourself some DYDSS merchandise. Of course, we have some precious metal themed t-shirts and hoodies, which are up for grabs, along with a ton of other products. T-shirts, hoodies, even stickers, many of which are raising funds and awareness for different charity organizations, such as the recently released Kraken Stackin' t-shirt, hoodie, sticker, and coffee mug, inspired by the beautiful 2-ounce silver Kraken coin, which, by the way, is helping us raise a little bit of funds and awareness for ocean cleanup charity organizations at no additional cost to you. It comes out of my pocket, not yours. And of course, last but not least, the brand new DYDSS Karen Free Zone t-shirt, hoodie, sticker, and coffee mug.
My name is not Karen.
Any and all merchandise can be found by clicking the first link in the description section down below. Thank you in advance. It's more than appreciated. And I want you guys to head on down to the comments and let me know once again.
What are your thoughts on everything shared in today's video? When it comes to the gold to silver ratio, where it's currently sitting about 1 to 74, 1 to 73, 74, do you think now is a good time to trade one metal for the other? I haven't heard anybody talking about it just yet, but I'm curious to know if anybody thinks that it's an appropriate time to be trading gold for some silver? And at what point would you trade silver for gold? Head on down to the comments and let me know anything and everything related to today's video topic. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you tomorrow. And remember, don't you dare stop smiling. Peace.